My PPT screen is displaying all of you.
Yes, sir.
Yes, Dr. Sir.
Okay, good. Okay, today is our last session of this training. We try our best to convey you basic of our statistical analysis. So today we will discuss statistical analysis in R. So this is the brief summary of our sessions, our 4 lessons. Okay. So up to 4 lessons, I repeat, summarize all our sessions or our trainings today again. That's in one lesson. First, we try to learn the importance of our softwares, how our software is important and how compatible and how easy to handle to large data. And you see, you also experience during the session that we did a lot of workings with single line commands. So with one line command, you can do many calculations, mean, summary, standard deviation, and other features you explore the in ours. So R makes easy, and you see also that the missing value R's deal it easily. So with one Excel sheet, we made graph, we do statistical analysis and all other things. So you do not need more multiple sheets in R. Then we will discuss the structures of R softwares. And the R softwares operates in 4 window, and now you are, I think you are full aware how one, window 2, window 3, and window 4 operates. So all these windows, you know more betterly now at this stage. Then you learn that they are package and functions. What is the package and what is the functions? Package is like applications, so you have to first install package and then package contain functions. And many of you are also sending me errors that this package is not found. It means that there is no sorry, this function is not found in R. So it means that that package is not installed in your library. So first of all, you install the package and then function will operates. Then we learned that the types of package are as two type. One are already installed in our softwares when you download it, but some others packages are not installed for. So performing that functions, you need package. So you have to install all these packages. After installation of package, then you have to activate these package. If package is installed but it's not activated, then error will same come out that this function could not found in our software. So check this. First install your package and then activate this package by through tick marks or in one go in commands I share with you. So we run this command. So all in package will be installed in that. So these were our basics in first lessons. And then we'll move forward to the making a working directory, how we can connect our R softwares with the system. So you learn that all your things should be present in same folder. Your script file and your data file must be present, and there should be no space in file name in folder's name. So the error of chances will reduce if you do not make space between file names and your folder's name. So we are practicing the, and then we learn how we can import Excel file, CSV file, and also how can we import CSV and Excel file from our R softwares. Then we also practice that the export of graph in R softwares. How we can export our, when we made graphics, we can export in PNG, PDF form. And we also combine two different graphics in one PDF forms. And then we also practice that save and retrieve sessions. When you made a R script become long, so it's better to work in 1, 2, and 3 step like we did work in graphics. We do first in when initial workings, and then we adjusted axes and y-axis. Then in third R script, we make graphics in R's. Then in lesson 3, we learned about the structure of data. So first you are do not know what is your independent variables, what your dependent variables. So you have to define our software that these are dependent variable, these are my factors, and these are my parameters. So you have to give structure to our softwares. Then we correcting structures. Then we practice different head, tail, summary, columns, names, function. Then we practice subsetting in ours. We can delete any factors. We can delete any levels or we select any levels from our large data. We want to publish two papers, or we want to write one big study into two uh, like, uh, drafts. So we can do that subsetting. So we do not and need to any deletion, manual deletion in Excel file or any amendment. We can do this by subsetting functions in R. So and then you can change of columns names and column additions will and then we see that we can arrange levels of treatment. As we experience that sometimes control comes in two and third place, but we want that our graph should start from control. So from start control, so we can rearrange on our wish through levels. Then we learned that how we have two data sets. We want that we combine the column of two data set, and we want to combine the rows of these two data set. So we can easily do with the our softwares. We do not need to do any manual working in this regard. So these are our the basis structures and the subsettings, columns name. These are the basics commands combining. Then we move to the important lessons where we how we can make our graphic more beautiful and how we can control the different part of graphs by our commands. So everything's of graphics in your control through our softwares. So we saw that the x and y-axis adjustment, how we can do that. So we can legend adjustment can and facing functions are either that's a very important in this command switch. So you can make graphic of your wish as we treatment varieties and others what you wants in arrangement. So that's a very important. Then we see that how we can adjust the colors of graph in R. Then we see that the R work in layers. So you have to build first layer, then with plus sign you can add the second layers and third layer, four layers. So you can X label, Y labels, and face it and other thing. So you can join layer by layers your commands, and beautiful graph will come out at the ends. So you can change anything of any component of graphs through commands. Then we see that's how we built in three-step complete bar graph. So this is bar graph. So similarly, you can do line graph and other graphics can be, but these are basics are the same for these graphic. Then we combine two graphics in one PDF files. So these are the summary of our four lesson up to today. So today is our last lesson on statistical analysis. That's a very important lesson, and we will see that how R deal with the stats, how you can the statistical analysis R can we can do that. That is easy, but you have to understand its basic. Then how R deal with the models, how R deal with the model formula. So these are the understanding, and I will show that I have made large 21 parameters just within minutes. You can make statistical analysis, mean plus standard deviation, and then the letterings R will combine all these and will make one file for you. So you can deal many parameters just in a one commands and one R script. But up to reach that level, it will take some times. But in today's lessons, I will build your basic of statistical analysis in R. So you have to understand, then you understand it, then you can do and make statistical analysis easily. And I give all these in my statistical notes. So you have to read after this lesson, you have to read that statistical notes, and then you will be clear many things. So but in this lesson, we will try to understand basic of statistical analysis, how R operates. So up to that, anybody have question? So we will move our last lesson, statistical analysis. So anybody has misunderstanding and anything, any points he is not clearing, they ask. So, but things will be more clear when you will do practice. I am repeated this session in these 5 lessons or 5 to 6 day trainings. These were just to show you that's how R operates, and you can do use R, and you can use R easily, but it will take practice. It will give you errors and many things. So you sometime will be confused. It will sometime it will takes more time for you to resolve errors, but it's good. I trust me, when 1, 2, and 3 month you will using ours, then your life will is your all codes will be developed. So if you
I
want,
I agree with you, Dr. Saab, because sometimes some of the function or command doesn't work, but when you repeat it upon repetition several times, it starts working. So as you said that the more we practice, maybe within 1 or 2 months, we will be able to run it. Smoothly.
yes, yes, Dr. Nasrullah, you are right. That's I'm saying. So keep practice. So giving break during the sessions, and we have left some blank day during the session. It was that so you practice it. If we finished our all trainings in 5 day, I think you will not get benefits. But I try to give you breaks after graph, so I give 1 day breaks, and is like that after 3 lesson I give you 1 week break. So you have to practice all this. If I we will finish it in 5 lessons in 5 day, I think this training will be not more helpful for you. So we will be in a hurry and we'll finish all trainings in 5 days. It will be good for us, but it will not good for you. So we give you some time during this training, so you understand, so read our codes, practice these things. And this is the not end of our relations in our software today. So now you are part of our family. So Pakistan, our society, we are working on that. So you are now part of our society. So you can share us with your data, and so you can share us with our your script, and we will do analysis for you, develop command for your data. So this is the I said in first lesson, this is the building of relation. So we are these trainings and our Facebook page and YouTube channel, these all things are promote our software in students and faculty members, so that they have to use. So you can share us with your errors, your data and your script, and we will give you times, and we will work on your data and develop commands for you. So don't be worry anything, but you have to practice that. You have to practice and take interest all in these things. So then you will use. So do not be afraid with errors and these things. So you from today you keep in your mind that I will use only our software. I will not use another softwares. You can take a support of other software, but you make your mind that from today I will do all my graphics and statistical analysis and all these things in our software. It give me problems, I will keep in our. So it will take, I said, after 1 or 2, 3 months, you will be more confident with us. So that's any other things in 4 lessons. So we will move to the forward. Mohit Ali, you have comments on these 4 lessons and anything else?
Assalamu alaikum, sir.
Wa Islam, sir.
Yes, actually, those 4 lessons was like the foundation for me. Like for me, that was the beginning. Now I can use R with confidence and I can practice. So I can go through all the lessons and review everything. So
Yeah.
I think,
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, this is determination. So you have to. So uh, I said earlier that these lessons were to give you message that R is not so difficult as we think. Main thing is that R is not problem. All things are available in. I already said that on Facebook and website, books. I will share with you two more book. I share with you ggplot book, and today I will share two more excellent book that I read, and that's a if you read these books, you will be more confident to use R. I will share with you these books. Or these are very, very basic books. Statistical analysis and all others commands are available in each, and all detailed. These have chapters, long chapters. So you have to read that. So no, you are okay with the basics. So you have to read this literature and read these codes, how people are doing that. Some people are doing in different ways, so you have to that. Okay,
Yes, now
Sayed,
the basics are
yeah,
well, yeah,
basic,
the basics are well known now. So
yeah, yeah, you know the basics of our software. So you understand this command, the what component this command has. So you know that this is function, and this is X and Y. What are these? So no, you know the parts of command. So you can change it with your data and you can run it. So it will work. That's good. Okay, Sayed Adil Hussain Shah sir, what you think about the confident about our
Yes, sir.
how? Yes.
Yes. First of all, we really appreciate you, sir. You made this easy to understand, and now we will practice, inshallah.
Yes, good. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Sir. Yes. Okay. So anybody had other comments or questions? So we will move to the our statistical. So statistical is the world of statistics, but I will try to give you that's a very very important part. So for your under statistical has a lot of anything. Anybody can tell me why we do statistic, why we do not with the raw data? What is the importance of statistic? Can anybody? Why statistic is important? That why we use statistic? Why we not use the raw data and made a conclusion? Can anybody give me answer?
Because raw data, from raw data, you cannot extract any information. The data must be converted into information. I mean, when the data become meaningful, it is called information. So data analysis in the form of software or maybe other packages, it actually convert the data into information. So that's why it's important.
Yes, that's a good point. But
Yes,
if
sir. It
yes,
provides the best description and better understanding also.
yeah, that's a good. But say if some values are coming for 8 and 12, and we can make a conclusion that the 12 values is good, so we will take decision on 12. So why we use stats? If some values are 4, 8, and 12, and you can take decision that 12 is best, so why we use statistics?
Dr. Saab, as far as science is concerned, it's not just like, some empirical, sentence, just like we say that 12 is important. No. In statistical analysis, every decision is made based on the probability value, just like the probability value 0.01, 0.001, 0.05, significant, non-significant. So unless and until we can't use the statistical, statistical formulas, we cannot just simply, infer that this conclusion that this value is okay, this value is okay. So statistical analysis is important to make a final conclusion based on some basic statistical value probability. So that's why it is important, I think.
Yes, that's the one point that probability is important. And can anybody explain me what is probability? Anybody can explain what is probability? Can anybody share with the that's what is probability? So why we say that's probable?
I think that sub probability is actually a probable chance of having something in hand. For example, if we toss a coin, we have only two probability: either it will be a head or it will be a tail. In case of a dice, we have six probability. It will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So actually probability means a chance to obtain some sort of value among all probable values.
Yes, that's a good point. Dr. Nasrullah raised that. Uh, Actually, as I read the all statistical materials and all the informations, that's two more important points why we choose statistics, why we do not take the decision from raw data. First is the I that's I have read all that materials that first is the we actually when we take we are going to measure the age of age of man or maximum age limits of different peoples in different countries. So we cannot measure all the populations. So we measures only some people's, it means we take some samples. We reads 10, 15, 100, 200. So we cannot measure whole population. We take decision on sample basis. So the first point is that you deal with the samples. So you must have to do with the statistic. If you are doing, we can measure all population, then it's mathematics. So this is simple, 2 plus 2 and 4. But when you are dealing with the sample, when we have large crops and we could not measure the height of every plants, we take 5 plants, 10 plants, and on the basis of samples, we cannot take decision that 4, 8, and 12 is good. So then we will move with the statistic. And other second point, as Dr. Nasrullah raised, is the probability. That is the chance, by chance. 12 can come out by chance. So probability and these models delete the biasness or by chance something. That says by chance this value come out. So this model we use in statistics that reduces this by chance of any result. So these are the two main things. One, we deal with the samples, and then these models reduce the chances by chances. Anything come out suddenly. So we can that this value comes suddenly or by chance. So as you can see that the one man is playing cricket and he makes sixes on in 1 over on each ball he makes six. It may be by chance. In other overs he cannot perform same like that. So the statistic reduces the by chances and any suddences, and these come out suddenly or by chance values. So we use the statistic for this. First we use with samples, and secondly we use to reduce the biasness or by chance things. So these, I think that these are two components move us to the statistics. So we have to use the statistic model to take correct decision about us. If we do not, on the basis of we on raw data and anything, so we make decision that's our decisions are not right. Our decisions can be wrong. So that's why we move with the statistical models. So that's a basics of statistics. So what you understand, Mohit Ali? Why statistics is important to this? Hello?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Why
As
statistics is important? Yeah,
because as you mentioned that we are not measuring the entire population, or we are just taking samples. So when we take samples, we cannot make conclusion based on those samples. So that's why we use the statistical methods to reduce the error or the bias.
yeah. You reduce the errors and by chance things. So you have to move to the statistics and do the with models. So that's basic things. And now we will come out then to our lessons. Today lesson statistical analysis. So in our today lessons, we will see that basic structure of statistical analysis in R. How R deal with this structure? What is the structures that's a function or formula that's R do? Statistical models in R, we will see that which models in R we can use that, and we will see that's the model formula in ours. So what is the model formula? Then the multiple comparison, we will make ANOVA and comparison, and then we will CRD design or RCVD designs in R. So we will see that, and that's how the R can perform. So, okay, we will move. towards lessons. Okay, basic structure of statistical design. That's our deal with this models and model formula. What statistical model we are using, and then in brackets you have to write model formula in R's. What model you are going to use and what model formula is in R. So you can model formula is like that response variables. So this is title sign, explanatory variables. So you have to write these things, response variables, then the explanatory variables. So that's an example. Same, we want yields and we want nitrogen rate effects on yields. So we can write model formula like that. So your response variable, then your explanatory variables. So you have to write these like that things. So this is your model formula. So your y-axis component, what you want, response variables, and then the explanatory variables are your factors, are your independents, are independent factors. So first you have to write dependent variables, then you have to write independent variables, models. And then is you can see that we want to use linear models. So we want the yields and nitrogen rates. So this is the basic structures of. So this is your linear models and this is your model formula. So R operates like that. So first you have to define which model you are going to use. Linear models, other models I will show in next slides. That's what models you are going to use. Then you have to write model formula. So anybody understand that point? That's important. So R deal like that. And then if you know that, you will do statistical analysis in R's. So first you have to define models, what models you are using, then you have to formula, model formula. Model formula is response variables and then explanatory variables. So you have to do variables and you can do statistical analysis in R. So you have to must understand this point, how R operate with the statistical design or how R deals the that things. Anybody can repeat this point? What I said?
Yes, sir. Yes,
Yes,
sir.
yes,
First
yes,
we have
say.
first we have to define the model which we are using. Then we have to
Oh,
define the model formula. First we will
yes,
write the independent variable, then we will write the independent variable.
yes. So we have to write in this form. Okay, Dr. Nasrullah, have you understand that points? Hello? And Moeed Ali, you have to understand that point.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
First, the basic structure is the model and the model formula. The model, for example, we have the linear model, and the formula first starts with the response variable and then the explanatory variables. As the yield, again, is the nitrogen rate, as response model against explanatory variables.
Okay. Yeah, that's
So
a point.
this is the basic structure.
Yeah, basic structure R deals all statistical model in this way. So you when you the all models are all these things are available. All models are available. So you have to see that this will be written in this form. So you have to understand this. And next we move to. So this is also very important sign used in the model. Okay. So you can the yields and nitrogen rates, and then you can plus sign with the variety. So you can add some explanatory variable 2, 3, 4, what factors your data have. So you can add with the plus sign as well explanatory variables 1, more, 2, and 3. As I add nitrogen rates, then plus varieties, plus treatments. So you can add these things with the formula, within the model formula. Then you can delete any explanatory variables. So you, with minus sign, you can delete a nitrogen rate minus variety. So you have write all the factors, all your independent, and you want to delete some independent variable from the model formula. So these all sign will come in model formula. So you can add explanatory variables, you can delete explanatory variables. So you can do that. And then the inclusion of explanatory variable and interaction. And plus sign, the interactions will not come, but it will show individually effects of every treatments variables, explanatory variable. But when you will use this steric sign, then the R will show you interaction also of this. So if you want to see the interaction of two independent variable, you can use steric sign in model formula between the two independent variables. So then the condition sign, this is the slash. So you can condition say why we want to X but given Z. This will come out in different models. You will see that when you have 2 and 3 explanatory variables, you want to give some conditions. So you have to line this. And then is the colon sign. This will also show the interactions. Interaction. Yes. Colon sign means interaction. So that A colon sign B, it means two-way interactions. If we have N colon sign P and colon sign K and colon sign magnesium, so for four-way interaction. So this is colon also show you interactions. And then the static also show you interaction plus, and you can include explanatory variable in your formula. With the minus sign, you can delete the explanatory variables. And this slash, you can conditions anything. Since you want to conditions that X is then you have, if you can condition it with the years. So you want to buy X, a condition in first year. So you want to do your analysis of first year, you want to do analysis of second year. So you can give any conditions in your model formula. So these are the signs, and many other signs are also available, but if these are the basic signs that will we use, you will use in your statistical analysis. I said the statistical world is very, very big. So you will find more things when you explore, but these are the basic thing that you must understand, that how R operates, how you can use different models in R softwares, how you can add some explanatory variable, how can you delete, how can you find interactions of different independent variables. So this slide is very, very important for using R softwares with the statistical analysis in R. So you must understand this thing. So this will make your life easy in statistical analysis. So
Dr. Sir,
anybody?
sorry, I miss a little bit session due to internet. Can you repeat this one? How to say deletion and inclusion of variable? Only repeat this portion.
Okay. So response as a we have right. That's a model formula, response variables and explanatory variables. We want to add many other explanatory, as in example, shield and Trojan. Plus we want to variety, plus we want to treatment. So we can add others variables, independent variables with this plus sign. And we can also exclude or delete explanatory variable with the minus sign. We can also delete that. If we want interactions, then we will use a steric sign between independent nitrogen rate, steric variety. Then this will show you the interactions between two factors. This is interaction is significant or non-significant, or will show you. Then in this life then conditions, we want that we want yield and nitrogen rate in year first. So we will this slash, we can use these things conditioning that thing. We want to seeing the effects in 1 year, 2 years, or in presence of any explanatory variables. Then the colon sign is also show you interactions, that A colon sign B means two-way interactions. If you have four factors like nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium, and magnesium, so you can add colon sign among them, and you can see the four-way interaction with them. So these are the signs. I said that the many other signs are also available in books. You can see that, but these are the basic signs that you will see in statistical models when you will dealing with that things. So this slide is, I said, that's very important for using statistical analysis in R. You must understand these things and these what is the meaning of that, and you will find more explanations in notes and other things. So but you understand this. Any confusion at that point
So in the
in this
formula,
slide?
why the aggregate sign x then slash z? So what is the the vertical line between x and z mean in this formula?
Yeah, this will we are giving conditions in formula that we want the analysis in only one. If we have 2 year data, so we if you want to give it only in 1 years any condition, so you have to do 1 year analysis. So you can give its condition here. So that's R will do that condition. So it will do analysis in first year. He will not exclude the data of second year. So you can give a condition here. So you can make any
Okay, okay.
conditions what you want.
Got it
Okay,
now. Thank you.
okay, good. Thank you. So any other body, what Mohit Ali you have learned about these things? So this slide is very important.
Yes, sir. Those are the signs. For example, we have the plus and the minus for the inclusion or deletion of the explanatory variables.
Okay.
And we have the conditions. For example, if we have 2 years or data from two different from two different time zone, we can put conditions whether we want to use the first or the second one. And the
Okay, good.
colon for the interactions.
Yes, it's in columns in interaction. So this is the slides. After that, you can do statistical analysis in our software. That's no problem. Now I will see you the in next slide which models are available. These models are available, and these have given some conditions. So you can use these conditions. So you can apply that and model formula are also present in it. So we are moving too forward. Any question at this stage? So we will move that. This I said that this I will build your basic of statistical in R, and you can, if you understand these things, you can run the commands in R softwares. So okay, can we move forward?
Yes, Dr. Saab.
Okay, good. So this is all summary of statistical models in R softwares. So LM, you can see that. Okay, 1 minute. Okay, no screen is displaying on your screen. So this is the summary of statistical models in our softwares. So you can see that is first is LM linear models.
Dr. Saab, can you little bit zoom this slide because the words are so small that they are not, we cannot clearly see the text.
Okay, that's all. I try to. Now it's something.
Yeah, yeah, now it's okay.
Okay. So these are the model for models. So you can use these models in your statistical analysis. So this is a first is the linear models. So all models have conditions. So if your data meet these conditions, you can use the models. So this is the linear models. So these have some condition. This is this is used for regression analysis using continuous explanative variable. If your data has continuous explanatory variables, so you can use linear models. And next model is AOV, analysis of various models. This is a commonly used that it's in last line. You can see that if your models has categorical variables, so you can use analysis of variance model. Can anybody tell me what is continuous explanatory variable? What is the difference between continuous explanatory variables and categorical explanatory variables?
Dr. Sab, I think continuous variables are, quantitative in nature. Um, because when we have quantitative variables, uh, their trend will also be, a continuous graph type, as far as I know. But the categorical variable, I don't have so much understanding of the categorical. But continuous, I think, when we have quantitative variables.
Okay. Can anybody tell me continuous variable and categorical variables? So we have two models, linear models and analysis of various model. So what is the difference between continuous variable and explanatory variable? Categorical variable, sorry. Anybody? Continuous explanatory variables.
I think continuous
You
are
can
numeric variables.
Yes, yes,
that
you
you
are
can
right. Yes, yes, Dr. Sayed,
continuous
other.
variables are uncountable.
Uh, no, this as Moeed Ali said that this is the numeric variables. When you have nitrogen rates between 75, 0, 75, 150 kg. So these are continuous variables. These are numeric things. But categorical are sometimes names like variety one, variety two, variety three. So you cannot divide things in these things. So this will be fixed variety one, variety two, variety three. But continuous variable are numericals. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. These will be in number, numerics. When you have numeric explanatory variables, so you can use linear models. When you have categorical like variety, so you have to use analysis of variance. So you can use these things. Categorical variables. When you have some varieties, some city, some country name. So like these, so these are categories. When you have category variables, so you have to use these things.
But
So
Dr. Sab,
when
if
you
we
mix
have
it
both,
as a yeah.
categorical and numerical continuous in the same
Yeah,
data, so what we have to do?
yeah, that's a you can see that's an analysis of there's a ANCOVA, ANCOVA. This is given in this model that ANCOVA when with a mixed categorical and continuous explanative variable. Then you have to use ANCOVA this model. So this is also present in variance, but you can use it.
Okay,
So
okay.
you can use this. Okay, so these are the models. So you have to use all these model. You can use this model, but when you have to fulfill these conditions, like I said, that in linear model we can, if continuous variable we can use linear models. If categorical variables we can use AVO, analysis of variance, and even both categorical and a continuous experiment. Then we can ANCOVA model. So these are the statistical models, and you see that's what models fulfill the conditions of your data. So you can use these are the all model statistical models. So like this in the next slide, shortly display. Okay, these are all model formula. So you can use them one way ANOVA, two way ANOVA. When you have split plot ANOVA, nested ANOVA, analysis of covariance. So these are formulas are present in our softwares. This sheet I will share with you. So these are formula are present, these models are present. So you have to, but you have to select what the models you can use for your data, and what model formula this fit for your data. So what you are doing, you are using that's you are using split model, you are using RCBD, you are using one-way ANOVA, two-way ANOVA, factorial ANOVA. So you can use these all model formula are present for you. So that's this is the that slide, first slide where I show you model and model formula. So you can use it. and this will give you ANOVA, and we will see next we can multiple comparison, we can use that. So this is the simple thing I have selected for you. So you have the R work in this way. So you must understand models, model formula, and all models are given for you, all model formula are given for you, but you thing is understand what model fit for your data, what model formula fit for your data. So you have to read these materials and see your data things, and you can apply and you can do statistical analysis in our softwares. So anybody can repeat these things. So I said that this slide is important. So I will again, now you will understand that. I am again on my uh, first slide, basics of statistical design in R. So
Okay, Dr. Saab. So
these are the, no, we are again on that plate. So these are the things you have to understand, then you are okay in statistical analysis in R. So these are the basics. If anybody understand this my lessons today, then it's a life will start. And we will see, we will also practice in our software these the one line and two line commands, and you can do statistical analysis for you. So these are the basic thing, but you have to understand. If you understand this thing, the statistical analysis will be easy for you. So anybody have can repeat this what I said up to that.
So, Dr. Saab, in the two slide we have explained, I mean, you have explained the basic of statistical design in R. One is basic structure and another one is important sign and use model. In the basic structure, you have talked about the model formula, and there are two things very important. For example, is what is response variable and what is explanatory variable. For example, in this case, yield is the response variable and nitrogen rate is the explanatory variable. So by LMN means linear model, and Y the sign nitrogen rate is the model formula. So together they form the basic structure of the statistic. In the important sign, we have five important sign. Plus means the inclusion of explanatory variable, minus mean the deletion, and steric means the inclusion of explanatory variable along with interaction. The fourth sign represent a specific formula, for example y into x into z in this case. Colon means whether the interaction will be two-way or four-way, and for example in this case you have shown AB is a two-way and nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium, magnesium is a four-way interaction. So this is all about the first slide.
Okay, good. Then you have seen in the next slide, all model formula are available for you. All models are available for you. So you have to select what is right model for you and what is right model formula for you. Okay, so these are the three slides for all statistical analysis in R. So you have to understand these three slides, and then the fourth thing is your data. So if you can understand these things, then it will be easy for you. Okay, Dr. Mohit Ali, can you please repeat what in these three slides, what we have learned about the statistical analysis in R?
Yes, sir. Okay. The first slide is the basic structure of the statistic design and the important science that comes with it. The first, the model and the model formula. As the model,
Okay.
the model, for example, here we have and the model formula, we have the response. We have response variables and explanatory variables. In this case
Okay.
here, the linear model is the model, and the model formula is the yield and the nitrogen interaction, the nitrogen rate. And the importance sign, we have for the inclusion and deletion of the explanatory variables, and then the inclusion of the explanatory variables and the interaction. And we have conditions here. This column for the I mean this for the conditions, and the last thing in the column that we use it for interactions, whether it's 2 or 3 or 4 interactions. So
Okay,
those
good.
are the
What you
those are
understand? Okay. Okay.
Yes,
From
those are the
that
important signs.
next, okay, from next slide, what you have learned in next slide,
The
what
next
model
slide,
formula.
the types of the types of the models that we have, and depending on the data that we want to analyze, we select. So whether it's one or two way ANOVA, regression, or something else.
Oh, okay. Then model formula. Okay. You have also model formulas. So you can select what model formula you need for your data. So all these things are available for you. So you have to understand that's how R operate with. Okay, so last one, Sayed Adil Hussain Shah sir. So you quickly repeat what you have shortly, from 3 slides you have clear about statistical analysis in
Yes,
R.
sir. I have
So your
learned about.
mind,
Yes, sir.
okay,
Yes, sir. I have learned about basics of statistical design. First, we have to describe about the model, then model formula. In model formula, first we will write dependent variable, then independent variable. And if we have to add any independent variable, then plus sign is used, and for deletion minus sign. And we if we have to define any interaction, then static sign is used, and slash sign is used for condition, and colon sign is used we have if we have to give confirm about any interaction. And then we also learned about model formulas ANOVA, and we have to describe our data, it is continuous or qualitative.
okay, yes. And then we have model formula. So these are the basic structures, how R operates and how R deal with the statistical analysis. So these are the basic things for statistical analysis in R software. So okay, now we will move some general things in statistics. So these are also linked with the today lesson. Okay, then the when we make we apply models to our data, and then sometimes things come out that our treatments are significant. I have 4 varieties, and then my ANOVA say that these are significant. So March, I have nitrogen rates. Then Stat said that this is the big difference between them. This is the significant difference. Then model says me to that. And I know that ANOVA is say journal that all your nitrogen rate are significant. I will show in next example to you. But I want to know that which is the best one, which is I have 3 nitrogen, and which is the top one, which is the second one, which is the third one. So I want categorize all my treatments. So I want to set which comes top, which comes second, which comes third positions. So for this, I have to use multiple comparison test. So I have to apply multiple comparison test. So a lot of multiple comparison test, t-test, tucky test, Maniples and Bonify, and and test. Those a lot of tests are available. So you can select here. You can see that these have advantage and disadvantage. So for data. So you can we use a t-test, LSD test, to give multiple comparison test. So then we used this to show the difference, categorize our treatments. So anybody can understand that what importance of multiple comparison test? Why we use multiple comparison test? Anybody?
Dr. Saab, this is
Yes, sir.
not clear to me. Maybe, okay, Said Adil, you should explain it.
Okay, thank you. Please explain for other.
Yes, sir. We use Tucky test, Dunner's test for multiple comparison.
Yes. So we use these tests to categorize our. I will show you next in slides, so it will be more clear for you. So these are the in, I will show you the comparison that it come in high.
Dr. Sab, I have a question here.
Yes, yes, please.
Like you have shown so many tests here, just like t-test is the very common and easy one. All of us are very familiar. But the Taki, Newman, Kules, Sheffy, and Boniferoni. So we decide to select which one according to the nature of our data, or we perform all the tests simultaneously, or maybe one by one. I'm a little bit confused.
Yeah, yes, yes. You can select any test, and all these tests are good, and so they will show you. But some have advantage and some have disadvantages. You will read this sheet. So all tests are good. That's not that's so there some have advantage. Some we use multiple to HSD to keep multiple tests are commonly used. LSD we also use LSD test. T test is commonly used when you have pairs. You have two levels in two treatments and you want to see the effect of this. So all these tests are good. So no test is bad for anything. So you can use any test. That's okay. Okay. Then the main thing is in we commonly when we do statistical analysis in R or in other softwares. So three things are very important. So if you want right conclusions of your data, if you're making the right, if you want right conclusion of your data, so you have to follow that. Normally we see that assumption of statistical models, some people do not follow these steps and they directly move to the analysis of variance and then the multiple comparison test. So if you are assumption of all models I discussed with you, linear models, analysis of various models, and all models performs in specific conditions. If you your data do not fill the condition of these models, then your conclusion is not right. You 100% that your conclusion that you are suggesting what treatment is your best and you are giving that if your assumptions of your condition that is something performs in a condition. Human being can be live where oxygen is present. If we say that we can conclude, we place the man here where oxygen is not present, and we are making some conclusion that people can live here and that will be wrong conclusion. So your assumption must be met. If your assumptions if your data do not met with the assumptions, then your conclusion is not right. So your conclusion. So please, when you're doing analysis, statistical analysis, you must first all assumptions of all models are available. When you Google that what linear models have assumptions, so all assumption will come out that this assumption being conditions. So you clear here. You are conditions. I give you example that a man and humans can live where oxygen is present. We say that a human can live in a, we can make conclusion that human can live in Mars or moon. So our conclusion is wrong, totally wrong, 100% is wrong. That's not a good, right conclusions. So all conditions of model should met before moving any statistical analysis. So your data must be that's it. So some things are saying your treatment, your application should be independent. So you have to take replication data from different steps. So you have one tree, so you have take data from one side and take other data from other is, but tree is same. If you have mango tree, you have experience and nitrogen rate effects. So you are taking data from one side. So you are saying that is my one replication, and you are taking data from other same tree side, and you say that is the second application. So you are not right. So your conclusion will be wrong. So you are independent. So you have to at this. I will not. Do with that things assumption of statistics how we can make and I am not going to teach this is a long lessons and these have long things to do. But I will keep in your minds, especially our young students or young researcher. So when you are applying any model, first say that your data met the condition of this model or not, then move toward the statistical analysis. So keep this thing in mind. If your I said the conditions not met, so your data cannot give a true conclusion. So this thing is important. So keep these things in your. So I will show you these things. Next slide. This just slide I added so you can clear that this. So your second slide will display on your screen. So you can see that this was my original data where I was doing statistical analysis and making these all my stuff and making conclusion that this treatment is the best. Plant height is coming on that plant or this treatment is the best. But you can see that's what data has in original data. But my original data is that the original data is showing that your data is not normals. You have some things on the left side and right side. The data is not properly distributed. Your data is not normal distribution. So your data is moved one side, left side, or right side. So your data is not normal distributed. So these are the things so you keep in mind when you are doing statistical analysis and then you can that we have made some transformations in that and these are the models available in also our skewed model box transformation and models are in all softwares. So these can you give you that you have to transformation that these lead the abnormal outliers from your data and make your data like that. Then you can make a true conclusions and you can do that analysis. So keep these things in mind before doing statistical analysis. And many people do not know these things and they are assumptions of models and what they do ANOVA and a multiple comparison and they said this treatment is good. So these make
यार किसी को आवाज आ रही है? मुझे तो आवाज नहीं आ रही है. I can't hear the voice.
I also, sir. I also can't hear.
okay. Hello. Hello.
Now
Yes,
it's okay. Now the
yes,
voice is okay.
Oh, okay. My screen is displaying to you.
Yeah.
Okay.
sir.
So
Could request.
after we see that, yes, my sound is coming. Say Adil Hussain sir, please.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Oh, okay, okay, okay. So up to that, so we see that what's the steps in statistical analysis we have first is that our data should must assumption of model. Then we have this is the next slide will come out on your screen. First, we have do transformation and made our data normal distributed. So you can see that the original data and then the data is transformations. So you can see that the next slide. Screen again. Okay. Linear model screen is coming on your system or not? Hello. My screen is showing on your system. Hello.
Yeah, it's okay now.
Okay. So 1 minute wait on my second mobile phone. Okay, my sound is coming to all of you.
Now it's okay,
Yes,
but
sir.
the screen is not shared.
Okay. Okay, my screen is in display, all of you.
Not yet, Dr. Saab.
Screen is not displaying. Screen is display. It's showing to you.
Dr. Saab, neither the sound is clear nor the screen is shared. यार आप लोगों को आवाज आ रही है?
नो सर ना वॉइस है ना सर नहीं आ रही है
तो
सर
फिर
नहीं आ रही
कोई कहे नहीं, डॉक्टर साहब को इन्फॉर्म कर देना, वो तो लगे हुए होंगे, कोई इनको इन्फॉर्म कर दे या पर्सनली कोई मैसेज करे इसको सर डॉक्टर साहब को
सर
कि ना आवाज आ रही है और ना स्क्रीन शेयर्ड है।
और सर दूसरा सर से रिक्वेस्ट करेंगे कि हमें स्लाइड शेयर कर दें इंस्ट्रक्टर फोल्डर में, क्योंकि ये तो पढ़ी
दूसरी
नहीं
चीज
जा
ये है
रही।
ना, हाँ ये भी नहीं पढ़ी जा रही है। और देखना पिछले जो है 4 लेसन का उनका भी कोई
हाँ जी
लिंक है या नहीं, वो पूरी वीडियो जो है ना, वो जो रिकॉर्डिंग हुई है ना, वो अवेलेबल
हाँ
नहीं
जी
है। वो लिंक से आपको जो है ना वीडियो मतलब
वही सर ये
करनी
एक
पड़ेगी।
तो
और दूसरी
जी
बात ये
सर
ना साइद आदिल हुसैन शाह साहब, अगर आप देखें तो अभी तक जो है ना इस लेसन 5 के थोड़ा एक दिन पहले मिल जाए ना, तो हम कुछ वगैरह एडवांस में पढ़ के आया करें ना, तो इसके भी मतलब अभी तक नोट्स नहीं है।
सर नोट्स नहीं है, हमें एक दिन पहले पढ़ा हो, हमें पता होता है कि क्या है, उसको हम लोग एक
जी
दफा
जी,
देख लेते हैं। दूसरा
एग्जैक्टली।
ये सर कहेंगे हमें आज ये स्लाइड्स हमें शेयर करें इंस्ट्रक्टर फोल्डर में, ताकि हम लोग इनको रिकॉर्डिंग शेयर नहीं करें, क्योंकि रिकॉर्डिंग में पढ़ी नहीं जाएंगी हमसे।
ऐसा ही है, बिल्कुल स्लाइड जरूरी है।
हाँ स्लाइड्स जरूरी है हमारे लिए, जो स्लाइड्स ये शेयर कर रहे हैं ना हमसे, हमें स्लाइड्स शेयर कर
ये
दें।
डॉक्टर फहीम साहब जो है ना मेरे में सुन रहे होंगे ना, तो डॉक्टर फहीम साहब जो है ना वो राब्ता करे डॉक्टर साहब से कि किसी को भी उनकी वॉइस नहीं आ रही है और स्क्रीन भी शेयर नहीं है। फहीम साहब अगर आप सुन रहे हैं तो काइंडली डॉक्टर साहब से जरा राब्ता करें।
सर
तो
यहाँ
सर
पर
दूसरा,
का लिविंग लिखा हुआ है।
अच्छा,
आप वो हाइट पार्टिसिपेंट में चेक करें ना, तो सर वहाँ पे काफी सारे पार्टिसिपेंट क्या है कि वो लीव कर रहे हैं काफी देर
कौन
से।
कौन लीव करके?
तो डॉक्टर खुरम शहजाद का भी आ रहा है कि लिविंग।
अच्छा, या शायद ये कि उसकी साइड पे जो है ना नेट का मसला हो।
जी हाँ सर।
आज बारिश कॉन्स्टेंटली जो है ना बारिश है ना, तो शायद ये वजह हो। तो लेट्स वेट, शायद आदिल साहब, लेट्स वेट फॉर 5 मिनट्स।
ठीक है सर हम वेट कर लेते हैं, लेकिन सर को बाद में रिक्वेस्ट कौन करेगा? वो
हम कर लेंगे ना, सारे ग्रुप में कर
तो
लेंगे उनको,
एडमिन
आप करें
एडमिन ही
या मैं
मैसेज
कर।
कर सकते हैं। हाँ जी सर कर देंगे उनको।
ठीक ठीक।
सर आप कहाँ से हैं?
मैं
सर
बन्नू से हूँ, पर इधर मैं असिस्टेंट प्रोफेसर हूँ गवर्नमेंट यूनिवर्सिटी डेर इस्माइल खान में।
ओके
जेनेटिक्स में यहाँ पे 2 साल हो गए मेरे।
सही
तो
सही।
आप कहाँ से है डॉक्टर साहब?
सर मैं ये पीएचडी कर रहा हूँ फार्माकोलॉजी में बीजेडयू से।
अच्छा, बीजो डिस्ट्रिक्ट, माशाल्लाह, उधर तो दोस्त है मेरे काफी वहाँ पे जो है। वहाँ पे भी हम जस्टिस साहब है, पर वो प्लांट पेतारो जी में है।
सही सही सही।
Sorry, my sound is clear. Hello.
यस सर कमिंग।
Okay. Interruptions.
Sir, can you kindly share these slides with us in instructor folder because it cannot be read in recording.
Okay, okay. I will share all things today.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Yes. Is displaying. Hello. The screen is showing all of.
No, sir. No, sir.
सर स्क्रीन तो शो नहीं हो रही है और सर
Okay, I am going to share it. Please wait, it will be shared shortly. On internet. Okay, can anybody see my screen on? My screen is displaying on.
Not yet. It's not coming out.
Okay. Okay,
Yeah.
now it's coming.
Now it's clear. Yes.
Okay. Hello. So, yeah. Can anybody repeat so it will be some inter. So can I repeat what we have learned in today's what is basic of statistical analysis in our softwares and what thing we should read during statistical analysis. So anybody can discuss. So quickly. Hello. Anybody can discuss what what are the important steps in statistical analysis? What we should before moving to statistical analysis, what things should be considered using any statistical models? What is the important steps in
Yes, sir.
statistics? Okay.
For each statistic models, there are assumptions they have to be made before we do any analysis. So, for example, we have to look at the normality of the data and the distribution. If those assumptions met, then we can do our analysis. But we cannot start immediately with the analysis without checking the assumptions. So this is the first
Yes.
step.
Yeah, that's a very, very important step. You first have the conditions. All models available in statistics or in other world and in other science work in a specific conditions. If you provide that conditions to model, then your conclusion will be right. If you will not look at the condition of that model or the assumption of that models, then your conclusion will be not right. So your conclusion can be misleading. So you must have to understand and met the conditions of or assumptions of models. So for normal distributions, I said that in next slide show on your screen. So your application should be independent. So your data should be normal distributed. You have to that things. And I have also provided that you can see that so your data is showing so normal distribution or not in my notes. So you can practice it, and our other ways are also available in our software. And you can see that's how you can check the normal distribution in your data. So other things. Into descriptive statistics are also you can see that your data is not distributed, normal distributed or not normal distributed. And then this step I show you the linear model in R. That's I have continuous variables like nitrogen rates. So I make a response variable is plant height, and the independent variable is the nitrogen rate. So there's a simple design. I use linear models in that, and you can see that our nitrogen rate effect is the significant. So our we are 0, 75, and 153. So these show that these effect is significant. But I clear to you that next step is the multiple comparison. We want to see that the what nitrogen rate is the first position, what is the second position, what is the third position. So for this we do multiple comparison test. And in the next slide, as it appear on your screen, now you can see that uh, 0 has shows us 10843, and it show plus minus this is the plus plus standard deviations 5.87, and then it's 122 and 134. And you can see that the 0 statistical lettering or multiple comparison show you A letters, English letters in showing, and 75 showing A, B, and 150 showing B. So can anybody tell me the what is top? So what nitrogen rates I can recommend to farmers? 75, 150, 0. Can anybody make conclusion from which one the best? And on the top position, and can recommend to the farmers. So he used 150 nitrogen rates to get higher plant height. So can anybody tell me which nitrogen rate I should recommend to farmers? Can anybody tell me? Hello, my sound is coming to you. Hello.
Yes, the sound is clear.
Okay. What Mohit Ali, what from this analysis, what rate you can recommend to the farmers? Which is the best rate from them? And what stat is saying that? So
I think the 150.
yes, yes, 150s. That's what is meant by A? Oh, so okay. So B, and B. So one thing you have must understand at this stage that uh, our software do give the best rating to the it's in the example you see that the B is the top one. So R will give the lower letters to higher treatments. But in others, the lettering opposite. You see the other softwares, if this condition will be present, so 150 will be show A, and then the 0 will be show B. So R show opposite lettering in statistical analysis. So you must have to understand that concept. They are show opposite lettering. In a other softwares, you see the which one is the top. It will gives there that's a lower letter, higher letters. In other software, 150 will be A, but R showing its lower letter 150 as a B. So you can compare that, and all journals and editor know that they all do the letterings in this way. So anybody follow me that point? If we are choosing the other softwares, the lettering will be opposite. It will be like that 150 will show in our software it show the reverse lettering.
Dr. Saab, can you hear me?
Yes, Dr. Nasrullah, please.
So what is the advantage that R is showing the significant value by lower letter B and not by A, while other software show it in a contrast manner? I mean, there the most significant value is shown by lower letter, I mean upper letter A.
Yeah.
So what is the advantage of R by using the lower letter B as a significant value? Why not A?
Yeah, that's no advantage. That's the system in our softwares. That's a built-in functions in our, though developers had made the R working like that. So people say and understand that these analysis are done in our software. Yeah,
So
people know that the R do
how about AB? What does AB mean here?
yeah, that's a in between 0 and 50. So it's a between them. 75 is not significant with relation to 0 and non-significant with relation to 150. So it's a at a
So,
par. A
so
and
if we had five nitrogen level, for example, 0, 25, 50, 75, and 100. So the letter number will increase the same as just like A, B, C, D, E, or how?
yes, if it's they are significant among them, so lettering will be changed. If there's no significant difference, then the lettering may be same to all of A, B, B. So it will be same like that. So it depend upon their values. Values are significant among each other or not, then the lettering will change. If the values are not significant, then the lettering may be same to all that value. I will show you then when we will move in the R software. I will show that example A and BB. It will be show the more things. So this is the our total statistical lessons. So these are the main points of statistical analysis. You must understand. You if you understand these things, then the statistical analysis is easy for you in our softwares and like that in other softwares. So these are the basic, these are the statistic. I have an MSc MPhil degree, but I summarize, I try to give the concept of major statistical analysis and these things. So you have to understand the basic of statistics. I will share with you the book so you read more on probability and other things. So anybody have questions about the statistical analysis in ours and journals? So you have some comments and like that, so he can share it. Yes. So then I will run a statistical design in R. I see that we will make ANOVA and then the multiple comparison and all other statistical design are provided in my notes. So these are the basic concept. So you can see the command now, you know that this is the model, this is the response variable, this is the independent variables. So these are the thing importance. So you have to must understand. So anybody have question up to suggestions? So what he has clear, I try to clear the statistic in R and general statistical concept.
I
So
think
anybody
that's how we
can.
should. I think that's how we should move to our software because it's almost 1 hour and 40 minutes. Session is almost over, so we still have 20 minutes. So we should move to our software, I think.
Yes, R software where I have 10 to 20 minutes. That's it. We will be finished. Then we know we are very clear. But these were the concept, basic concept. In R, I
Yeah.
have just scripts. So
Yeah,
that's
the
easy
basic
now.
concept I think now almost clear.
Okay, good. So any Moeed Ali, Sayyid Adil Hussain Shah, anybody can give us, he has cleared the concept. We try our best. What Moeed Ali, you think that you have learned something new from this?
Yes, sir, of course. Firstly, I use SAS and SPSS, but they're functions and they're different from this. But in R, they are more easy. Actually, when I use SPSS, I don't know what exactly the software like did and how the analysis is done. But here I can follow step by step and I know exactly the formula. I mean, or the model.
Yeah, you can use the model formulas and all this stuff. So it will easy in our software. You see, will in 1 and 2 lines, you can see, you can do the ANOVA tables you can make, and you can also make multiple comparison. Okay, my screen is displaying to all of you.
Yes.
So for CI, that's one thing. Thing for example. Okay. Statistical table is displaying on your screen or not? What sheet?
No, no, sir.
Okay. Okay. Now it's displaying on your screen.
Yes. Now
Statistical.
it's in.
Okay. Now you can see that these are the parameters, and these are for synthetic rates and chlorophyll contents. And we do analysis of control, hydropriming and compost, and all these varieties, three factors. And we made the graphs, and we see that we can see here. So this is the statistical tables I made in our softwares. So here 2018 data and 2019 data. So this is, so this R make this file for you, or you can run a commands, and R can do that for you. Now you can see that I do analysis. Excel file will display on your screen shortly. So you can do all parameters at one time. You can run the commands of all parameters in one time, and R can make these tables like that for you. But up to that level, you have to read, you have to practice, and you have to do many deep things. But you can make this table in R software easily by running commands. And then I show you how you can join the columns and row. So you have to do analysis in compost, and then you have to do in others things. So this is, oh, okay. Okay, this statistical table is displaying on your screen. Excel sheet is displaying on your screen. Excel sheet is displaying on your screen.
Yes. Yes. It's.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so this is made by our softwares. So you can see that's a 21 parameters R has do analysis and combine this. I have to combine like that. I have to combine the rows. I have combined the columns, and I gives all commands to our softwares. And eventually this come out to me. Within the compost, I see the effect of varieties. You can see that I see. So table I showed you first, so you can do. Okay, it's displaying screen. Okay. So you can make like this. You will share data with us, and I will develop coding for you, so you can make it. But at this stage, I will not teach that table, so you will become confused with many things. So, but by row and columns combination, so automatically creates all parameters. This has data as 21 parameters, and I have do analysis of all parameters in one go with the statistic analysis. And this and 21 parameters, and I can do this analysis in less than 1 hours. So see that you will do the 21 parameters in other softwares and other thing, it will takes time, and this like table will not generate. But in our softwares, you can generate these tables. I have given these commands and this lesson in my notes, so you please read it. And if you have data, I can develop code for you. So that's I'm just showing to you that you in the R can this is possible in R. So you can make the okay. Now we will move in the R's and screen will display on your screen. Okay. Okay, the first steps are the same for graphics. So you have to import data file. Then you have to correct the structure of data files. My voice is coming to all of you? Hello?
Yeah, yes, sir, I can hear you.
Okay. So these steps are same. So you have to first import your data file, then you have to correct the structure of data files. So that's it. So these you have to follow for graphics. You have to do correct in the for the statistical analysis. So this is the basic steps you have to follow in our softwares. Okay. Then the basic structure start from here. So you have to okay. So screen is coming to you. Then you can see that I have treatment variables. Treatment variables are categorical variable, composed, hydropriming, control. These are all categories. So best models for my this can be analysis of variance AOB. So you can, I want to peroxides analysis. So you have to models, then the model formula here, and you have to connect then replications, and then your data files. So I will run this file. So this is the same I show you. Then just you have, and then have to run that's ANOVA. And you can see that R has produced ANOVAs in 2 lines. So you have to just models, and then you have to show that this is the ANOVA tables for you. So you can see that R has made analysis for you. And the next step is you want different test, LSD test or HSD test to come out. I want the HSD test, the bracket start POD, that's parameters that the models that I have applied first. So here then treatments, I want to treatment and consoles. So you will press these things and then R will show that things. So it will display on. Okay, now you can see that R has produced for you analysis of variance ANOVA tables and move ups. Now you can see that analysis of variance tables and also multiple comparison test R has generated for you. So these all whereas as ANOVA are also showing that the treatments are not significant, and you can see the same lettings in multiple comparison, potassium nitrate, hydropriming and control and compost all are the same things. So this is the things I will stop here today. So these models and then model multiple
So if
comparison
the
test.
Dr. Saab, If the lettering is same, it means none of the factor is significant. Yes.
Yeah, yes,
Okay.
that's same lettering is showing that your treatments are done. So you can do that all statistical analysis in
So,
R software in this way.
Dr. Saab, I have one question here. In the papers, in the
Okay.
published paper, when you have the tables, so usually the significant values are represented by steric signs, singles, double, triple steric signs. So the R softwares also put that steric signs on the significant value, or it's only show by A, B, and A, B, and A,
Yeah,
B
yeah,
something.
yeah. Steric signs are present in ANOVA tables, but letterings are present in multiple comparison test. So
Okay.
I'll show you letterings, yeah, in statistical. So this is the main things in you can apply all models
Okay.
in
So
your
it
data.
depends on the model. Okay, I got it. I got it.
Yeah, that's a model depend on models on this is the significant levels what you are doing that levels. So you can do the statistical analysis in this way. So you can practice with your data and share with your data. So we will do statistical analysis develop for one parameter, and you can just change the name of other parameters and run these commands, similar commands, and it will show you for your second parameter. So you can do that, and similarly you can develop the tables I show you first. So you can make this table also for your data. So this is all statistical our lesson today. So I will see me all our model are same RCBD model, split model, factorial model. These all model are present, but the basic of all this model is the same. That analysis of variance, then you have multiple comparison test. So you read our notes and practice this, but I teach you the basic of statistical analysis, how our software performs and how our do that statistical analysis. Yes, Mohit Ali, what you have seen in this script or script, how we can easily do that, how we can make analysis of variance, how we can make a multiple comparison. I just repeatedly can in single line command that all your analysis are out of the our screen. So,
Yes,
uh,
yes, sir. From understanding the model, you can easily follow the command lines that you know what is first. I mean the
yeah,
response variable and the
yeah,
exact model, and the explanatory variable. So you can follow them from the command
uh,
line, and it's very easy actually.
yeah, it's very easy. So thank you very much for all of you for this training. So you know you can.
Thank you, Dr. Saab. And one thing, tomorrow will be session.
No, that's the end of session. But you can share us with your data and other thing questions. You can email us and we will reply to your questions. So we
Okay.
will end today.
But as
Okay,
I
so
have already uploaded the first, second, third day lessons, but I don't know what sort of assignment I have to share in the fourth and fifth lesson. Like
no,
what time?
no, yes, no. Yes, I have given these assignments in my complete book, so you can I share with the link that I have on a research gate uploaded. So all assignment
Okay.
the chapter wise are available. So you have to complete all these third, fourth lesson and fifth lesson and upload theirs. So practice with
Oh,
your data and
okay.
complete.
And Dr. Saab also share the PPT of this last one in the, I mean, in the OneDrive, and
Okay.
not all, but not the least. I mean the certificates also. We'll have to
Okay.
provide.
Yes, yes. You have to complete all your assignment in this week, and from Monday we will send you certificate of this training to
Okay,
all of
okay,
you.
Dr. Saab. Okay,
So
okay, okay.
this way, practice and submission
And
of assignment this week. Yeah.
thank you so much, Dr. Saab, for all the days and all the your busy days, the schedule, and despite your busy schedule, you took time, and you very honestly delivered all the lessons. Thank you for being with us the whole 2 weeks. Thank you once again.
Thank you. That's how I try my best. Yes. Any other one? Boyd Ali, you have learned R softwares, and you have pleased with Pakistani stuff. That's we are
Yeah,
good to.
yes, sir. Actually,
Yeah.
you're excellent. Actually, you've built my confidence in R, and now I can start using it. So before this course, I was like literally, I know nothing about R. I just know that I know the program. I have the software in my computer, but I cannot use it. Even if I open it, I don't understand that the difference between the four windows and what they do. But now, like, I'm familiar and I've practiced the previous lessons, and now I can start from like setting the working directory and until
Okay,
the last
good. You are
lesson that we have.
satisfied
So
with you are satisfied.
actually, I'm more
Okay,
than
you are
satisfied.
satisfied
I'm
with our
very
training
satisfied.
sessions, comment notes, and
I'm very satisfied, and it was
okay,
really informative. And thank you very much.
yeah, thank you. This is for our players. Yeah, you have like these sessions and these trainings. We are also promoting it, and our next session will be in August. So you can recommend other peoples if they wants to join us. So we are continuously improving things.
Of
So
course,
all
I
of you
will.
can recommend. Thank you, Mohit Ali. And other
Thank
say
you.
other and Shazab and other can share us comments and other things.
I really appreciate you. I was totally blank. Now I am familiar with it. It's all due to your struggles.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Saya Adal Chancha. We
I
try
am
our best.
highly satisfied.
Oh, you are satisfied. That's a good. That's our players. That's yeah. We have satisfy you. So that's with practice. I said that you will get more confidence. I will share you the books in my instructor folder, so you read all this literature, books, and other YouTube channels. So you will get. But do not miss practice. So you do continuous with it. So any other body so with us. Okay. Okay, Dr. Fahim, what you think that? And Abdul Muqit with us. Abdul Muqit, can you share us your comments and things? Abdul Muqit, you are listening to me? Okay, thank you all of you for these sessions, and we will remain in contact with you. You can email us, you can WhatsApp me, and we will do all things for you in our software. Thank you very much, all of you. Allah Hafiz. Thank you. Allah Hafiz.